All right, the application that I chose to use is called myHomework, and it is an app that you can get through the App Store. I do have it pulled up on my desktop here, so it is accessible through a desktop, a laptop, and can be interconnected, which is a huge benefit. So here's what it looks like when you pull it up on your computer. I'm going to go ahead and log in. Kind of see I did get access to the free version. There is a version you can pay for. It does provide a few more options, but the free version does plenty in which I think would be beneficial for students. I chose this particular app because in my area, especially ed students, is a lot of executive ordering skills are lacking, so their organizational skills. And so we do a lot with getting them organized, having an agenda, having them keep up with it daily. But there's always that issue of losing it or got destroyed or I can't find it or something like that. So having something like this is very beneficial. So for me, since I don't teach a specific content area, this is really more so up my alley, and that's why I chose this app. So if you look over to the side here, you can see the different options that you have that you can work with. Basically, it's exactly what it is. It's just a calendar that connects to either your class schedule or something similar like that, and the teacher as well as the student have access to it to add homework assignments or class notes or announcements, things like that. So it's almost very similar to a Google Classroom kind of format. So you can see here the calendar, and you can see where teachers can implement there. And so you have the big overview of the overall calendar, and then you have the daily assignments would show up here where they can see that and the breakdown of that. Next tab is a homework tab, and what's nice about this is you can really see, kind of what's been late and then what's upcoming. And that's really where I like the idea of the big calendar view, so the upcoming, because many students, especially mine, tend to study the night before, and knowing what's coming up days in advance allows them to start getting prepared and to start studying in advance. And that's really what they need. They just need a little extra time to be successful. And so being prepared and knowing what's coming up is extremely helpful. This part here is the teachers, and this is really where the teachers can implement things and get involved, and they can connect with the students. The announcement one is kind of the same thing, where the teacher can make announcements, and it can also be the school. School can purchase an agreement through this app, and they can actually have different other tabs over here that they can have access to, and put a lot of different documents on this website or this app, and have different announcements that go out. So it really can take the place of a lot of different things that goes on in a school or in a classroom. The only real disadvantage I kind of see is we're kind of already doing this. So we went one-to-one here at the Academy this year, and I like the idea of an online calendar, just so the idea of not losing it or having to look for it. But we kind of already do this with the Google products. And so we're really involved in the Google Classroom and Drive and Docs and all those applications there. But the Google Classroom, teachers can input their lessons and their homework assignments, and those can connect to Google Calendar. And so it kind of plays the same idea as this application does, but it also can be accessible on your phone, just like this one. So there's really kind of a lot of similarities on those. We're already using the Google products. So I do see myself trying this next year, but a lot of my students have started going more and more into the Google products, just because most teachers are already doing that, and it's so much easier for them to just kind of tag on to what their teachers are doing. Either way, it's a great app, and it can be very useful for all students.